Hey guys and gals, it's Derek here again. I hope everyone's in fine fettle. As we're all acutely aware, the world has been turned upside down in recent memory. And with the current state of world affairs, I hope everyone is still in good spirits. I'm here today to proudly present something that we've been working on in the meantime, which is pyaoscx. And pyaoscx is the Python software development kit that we have created for the AOS-CX operating system. And without further ado, let's get into it. We'll start with some exposition, background information on what pyaoscx is, its benefits, and the modules that it contains. And then we'll shift gears and move into a live demo in which we'll actually look at how pyaoscx is used and also take an exciting first look at the developer portal, which you will not want to miss. The benefits of pyaoscx really boil down to a few salient points, chief among which is the promotion of easier programmability. So when you're using pyaoscx, you don't need to dig deep in the weeds and understand the JSON models for all the different APIs. All you need to know is the values for the arguments that you like to pass to the pyaoscx functions. Pyaoscx also helps you avoid the pitfall of syntax errors associated with improperly formatted HTTP requests. And in addition, pyaoscx serves as a scaffolding upon which other automation technologies can be built. So instead of having to write code to make API requests from scratch, you can actually use pyaoscx as an instant plugin. Our AOS-CX Napalm driver, for example, actually leverages the pyaoscx modules to execute its operations. At the time of the making of this video, these are the modules available in pyaoscx, and this list is only going to grow over time as we add more modules. Now, modules are organized by feature. What that means is, for example, the VLAN module contains functions to create a VLAN, to delete a VLAN, to create a VLAN interface, delete a VLAN interface, and so on. So now with the exposition done out of the way, we can get into the fun and exciting and perhaps more interesting part of this video, which is the demonstration. So we'll look at pyaoscx, how I can use it in a PyCharm project, and you'll observe for yourself the accessibility that it brings to the proverbial table. And we'll also look at the developer portal, and hopefully you'll appreciate just how invaluable of a resource it is when it comes to offering guidance on pyaoscx. I'll actually kick off this demonstration by showcasing the aforementioned developer portal, which again is fresh, brand new, never before seen on this channel. So really cool stuff here, and I'll put the link in the description. But if I go to AOS-CX, I can see a table of contents here, and if I go to the Python subsection, I'll go to the first page, which is getting started. I can read about pyaoscx, and then all the subsequent pages kind of form this step-by-step guide on using pyaoscx. So here are instructions to create a virtual environment and install pyaoscx in your virtual environment. How to run workflows. Workflows, again, are just scripts that kind of string together some operations to form a larger process. How to create workflows, create Python workflows. So this example here is a configure L2, L3 VLANs workflow, which configures L2 and L3 VLANs. But really, if you fall, the developer portal is the authoritative source when it comes to written guides and tutorials. So you can follow these pages step by step, and it'll walk you through setup and running workflows, creating workflows. And so the demonstration I'm actually going to show, you can replicate it on your own if you are so inclined by going here and following the guides. So here I have my PyCharm project. I have my virtual environment that I've set up according to the instructions outlined on the portal. I have pyaos-CX installed in this virtual environment, which is why you can see it's a package here. And then I have 3 workflows that I have created. And print system info, starting with this one, is a very simple workflow. It just prints system information. So what we observe here is that in order to use pyaoscx in any Python file, it doesn't have to be a workflow. Any Python file, all you have to do is import modules from pyaoscx. This workflow imports session and system. Session is used to log in, and then system has the function to get system information. So let's run this workflow, and as you can see, we have log messages. Each pyaoscx function produces a log message, and we can see that the system information is printed, and then it ends with the logout call here, session.logout. Now, next, let's look at a workflow that's a little more involved, which is the configure L2 and L3 VLANs workflow. And here we are doing several things. 1, creating VLAN. 2, creating a VLAN interface. And then we're also creating an L2 interface that has VLAN 999 associated to it as an access VLAN. This time I'm importing these modules instead of the system module because these modules have the functions that I require to carry out the operations in this workflow. So the VLAN module has create VLAN and SVI. Now if I jump, I can do that in PyCharm by control click, to the function definition, we can see that all the arguments are, all the parameters are described. You can see which ones are optional, and it really is a lot easier than having to write out, your own long HTTP request from scratch. And this function creates a VLAN and a VLAN interface with one call. It's two birds with one stone. What's not to like, right? And yeah, now I can run this workflow. So let's quickly do show running before I run the workflow. There's no configuration on this device. Now I can run the workflow, and we can see that all the function calls succeeded, which means that when I do show running, I should see that my interface VLAN is created, my VLAN is created, my L2 interface is created with access VLAN 999. And similarly, I have a cleanup L2 L3 VLANs workflow which mirrors the configure workflow. And this time, I'm making calls to delete stuff. So delete the DHCP relays, delete the VLAN and the SVI. And look how simple this one function call with just a few parameters. All I have to pass is VLAN ID and VLAN interface name. And I'll run this. And there we have it. So back to our original configuration. Again, the one point I do want to stress is that here we're using pyaoscx in a workflow, a Python script, but we can use it in any Python file. So for example, our Napalm driver, we're not going to get too much into Napalm because it's a horse of a different color. It's another story entirely. But Napalm is a Python framework, and so in our Napalm driver, we actually do this stuff that you're seeing here. We import the pyaoscx modules, and then we make the calls. And that is it for the demo, and we'll jump back into the slides. To conclude, let's recap what we covered in today's video. We learned about pyaoscx, its benefits, and its usages. We also took a look at the developer portal and saw it to be a really handy resource when you're getting started with pyaoscx. In upcoming videos, we'll walk through step-by-step virtual environment creation, pyaoscx installation, workflow creation, and the like. As always, if you have questions, please reach out to us on the Airheads developer community. We love interacting with you on there. And thanks for tuning in today. Stay safe, stay sane, stay happy, stay healthy, and I will see you fine folks next time.